Saving the world? Check. Piloting giant robots? Check. Falling in love between epic monster battles? Double check. That's right. Today we're diving into the most Morphin marvelous romances across Power Rangers history. The couples who proved that even while wearing brightly colored spandex, there's always time for a little bit of love. Some of these duos made us believe in true love, and some, well, let's just say Cupid must have been piloting a Megazord. Get ready, because we're ranking the best Power Rangers couples of all time. 10. Kira Ford and Trent Fernandez-Mercer, high school sweethearts with a dark twist. It featured several callbacks to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in its themes, particularly the Rangers being high school students. One of the other parallels to Mighty Morphin was the relationship between Yellow Ranger Kira Ford and White Ranger Trent Fernandez-Mercer, which felt like a new take on the Tommy and Kimberly relationship from Mighty Morphin. Often in the franchise, the best Power Rangers were those who donned more than one suit color during their time on the show. Trent was introduced as an evil ranger fighting against the Dino Thunder Rangers, giving his relationship with Kira an interesting conflict. While Trent spends much of the series going back and forth between good and evil, Kira always believes in him and his potential to be good. Once Trent joins the team properly, he and Kira begin their relationship, going to prom together in the final episode, which is why they make the number 10 spot. 9. Shelby Watkins and Tyler Navarro, The Art of Slow Burn Romance. The first episode of Power Rangers, Dino Charge, introduced Shelby Watkins meeting Tyler Navarro in the woods before the two discover the Dino Energems together, becoming the Pink and Red Rangers. While the bond between the two was evident from the start, their relationship slowly developed throughout the series. In the episode Love at First Fight, Tyler falls in love with a girl named Brittany, who is revealed to be the monster of the week in disguise, and Shelby is immediately jealous, making her feelings for Tyler much clearer. In the finale of Dino Supercharge, The End of Extinction, Tyler and Shelby's relationship fully becomes official, with Tyler asking Shelby to join him and his dad on their archaeological adventures. Shelby agrees and kisses Tyler on the cheek. In the post-series Christmas special, the two are portrayed as being together. Fans loved Shelby and Tyler, as they were the first couple in the new Saban era to develop throughout their series, unlike the out-of-nowhere relationship between Gia and Jake in Super Megaforce. 8. Hayley Foster and Calvin Maxwell, a rare constant amid chaos. Power Rangers Ninja Steel featured a different take on a Power Rangers couple. Usually, the characters are introduced as having romantic feelings for each other and spend the season having a will-they-won't-they dynamic, only getting together in the finale. Ninja Steel's Calvin and Hayley were different, as they were an official couple in the first episode. This was a big deal for fans, as the two Rangers are in an established relationship when they discovered their powers added a new dynamic to the team. While conflict in Power Rangers romances often comes from their unspoken feelings, Calvin and Hayley's occasional conflicts had much higher stakes, given the established history of their relationship. The series featured several instances of Calvin and Hayley having arguments and misunderstandings, but always coming together in the end, even stronger than before. The two had great chemistry, and fans appreciated the casual intimacy of their loving relationship. 7. Tori Hanson and Blake Bradley, A Stormy Symphony. Like Kira and Trent in Dino Thunder, Tori and Blake began their relationship with a Romeo and Juliet dynamic. Ninja Storm's fourth episode, Looming Thunder, introduced Blake and his brother Hunter as a pair of mysterious motocross racers. It was evident that Tori, the Blue Ranger, was immediately attracted to Blake. However, when it was revealed that Blake was one of the evil Thunder Rangers, Tori became heavily conflicted. Once the Thunder Rangers are turned away from Lothier's control, Blake and Toru are able to reconcile. Tori and Blake's relationship featured some great moments, such as Tori teaching Blake to surf in the Wild Wipeout. 6. Jarrod and Camille, redemption wrapped in romance. When it comes to some of the best Power Rangers couples, Camille and Jarrod have a compelling story. When fans meet them in Jungle Fury, Camille is a 10,000-year-old general for the Demon Daisher. Jarrod is a bully in a kung fu academy who unintentionally releases Daisher from his prison. While Camille is attracted to Daisher's new form, she insists it's Daisher himself she loves. But Jarrod/Daisher treats her poorly, even though she is a loyal servant. But eventually, Jarrod falls in love with Camille and becomes conflicted about his role as Daisher's host. Things come to a head when Jarrod refuses to destroy Casey. Daisher separates from him and plans to kill him, but Camille rushes in to save Jarrod. The couple then fully commits to being good by saving the Power Rangers. 5. Jake Holling and Gia Moran, the Foolish Knight and the Golden Muse. Jake Holling and Gia Moran meet in class at the beginning of Power Rangers Megaforce. From the time they meet, it's obvious that Jake has a crush on her, but she tells her friend Emma that she hasn't noticed it. As a result, their relationship revolves around the goofy guy chases cool girl trope with Jake, making very little headway in the Megaforce season. When new Rangers are introduced in Super Megaforce, Gia and Emma comment that the Red Samurai Power Ranger, Jaden, is cute, making Jake jealous. When Elvira falls in love with Jake, jealousy doesn't appear to work the other way. Something eventually clicks with Gia because she gives Jake a victory kiss on the cheek at the end of the season. It's just in time for fans to assume they are a couple without actually seeing anything develop, so it's still outranked by other Power Rangers relationships. 4. Dillon and Summer Landsdown, the Heiress and the Outlaw. Summer Landsdown is the perky, kind, and sensitive yellow Power Ranger who has to contend with her parents' wishes that she get married so they can reacquire the wealth that they lost. Summer is loath to do, but acquiesces only for the ceremony to be interrupted by a crisis. Later, her parents reconcile themselves to the fact that she wants to be a ranger. Then Summer meets Dillon. It is Summer who recruits Dillon for the position of operator for the series Black Tech after Dillon and Ziggy get out of jail in Corinth. Summer is willing to trust Dillon, even though others are not. So in a classic case of good girl falls for bad boy, Summer develops feelings for Dillon, which nearly get reciprocated with a kiss not once but twice. In another example of a poorly concluded romance, Summer leaves with Dillon and his sister at the end of Danger and Destiny, leading fans to believe they're a couple. 3. Andros and Ashley Hammond, a Galactic Heartstring. When Ashley Hammond was introduced as the new Yellow Ranger in the second half of Power Rangers Turbo, she had much to live up to. However, fans quickly became invested in her character, particularly when she was given a love interest in the first episode of Power Ranger in Space with Red Ranger Andros. Ashley immediately showed interest in Andros, fascinated that humans existed on other planets, as Andros came from the planet KO 35. The two had differing personalities, with Ashley being much more social and Andros being more of a loner as he tries to adjust to Earth. The two learned a lot from each other, opening up to each other more and more as the series progressed. Their relationship gave fans a great scene in the season finale, Countdown to Destruction, where Andros leaves his team behind to find his sister Astronema. The scene features the couple sharing a deep moment, with Ashley insisting that she and Andros would see each other again. 2. Jen Scotts and Wes Collins, Love, Timeless and Tattered. Power Rangers Time Force was another beloved series in the franchise. Being the 9th entry, the story took a slightly more mature tone, and this was reflected in the relationship between fan-favorite Red Ranger Wes and Pink Ranger Jen. Jen is introduced as having a fiancé, Alex, who was destroyed in battle during the first episode, leaving Jen heartbroken. When Jen meets Wes in the year 2001, who bears a striking resemblance to Alex, the two share an immediate bond. Fans loved watching the ups and downs of their dynamic, particularly with the return of Alex later in the season. One of the best moments in the franchise's history came from the finale, The End of Time, Part 3, when Jen and Wes confess their love for each other, saying goodbye as Jen returns to the future, making them the most memorable Power Rangers couple. Before we unveil who claims the coveted first place, allow us to spotlight one more honorable duo of Power Rangers sweethearts who deserve their own moment in the limelight. Myers and Taylor Earhardt, the crossover romance we needed. In a rare but delightful twist of fate, two leaders from two different seasons, Myers from Time Force and Taylor Earhardt from Wild Force, found connection during the epic crossover episode Reinforcements from the Future. The surly Quantum Ranger, and Taylor, the no-nonsense Yellow Eagle Ranger, clashed at first like flint and steel. But in true fiery romance fashion, sparks flew, real ones, not just from their clashing Zords. Their chemistry was palpable, banter sharp enough to cut glass, grudging respect slowly evolving into something softer and unexplored. Though their relationship wasn't explored much beyond fleeting moments, it lingered, like the scent of rain on pavement, as a tantalizing what if for fans who crave stories of opposites attracting and finding something unexpected in one another. 1. Tommy Oliver and Kimberly and Hart, an eternal emblem. Tommy and Kimberly are easily one of the most popular and beloved couples in Power Rangers. With the Green with Evil saga introducing Tommy as the evil Green Ranger, Kimberly and her Ranger team try desperately to save Tommy from the control of Rita Repulsa. Once Tommy is freed from Rita's control, he and Kimberly can begin their relationship. The two face many obstacles during their time together. Kimberly stands by and supports Tommy throughout his journey, including when he begins to lose his Green Ranger powers. Fans love the heartwarming moment when Kimberly and Tommy reunite when he takes on the White Ranger powers. Tommy and Kimberly are also the only Power Rangers couple to have an on-screen kiss. And there you have it, the true pairing of the Morphin grid. Whether they were saving cities or each other's hearts, these couples made sure love always had a fighting chance. Now it's your turn. Who's your favorite Power Rangers couple? Did your favorite duo make the list? Or are you about to unleash a love-fueled rant in the comments? Let's hear it below. Before you teleport out of here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more epic Ranger rankings, and smash that notification bell like it's the final boss battle of love. Alright, I'm off to rewatch some Ranger love stories and cry into my Morpher.